Hello, Steve. It's very nice to meet you.
You too, Barry.
So, the first question I had for you was about the table read process because I had read that you hadn't fully committed to the film before signing on to actually do the table read. So, was there anything about that process that you were kind of looking out for to know that this was the right project for you?
No, to be clear, I was not invited to participate in the film yet. I heard that Judd was doing a movie with Pete Davidson, and I said to my agents, I didn't even know what it was about. I just said, "Is there a part for me?" Because I love those guys. And then when I found out what it was about, then I really wanted to be in it. And but they didn't have a part for me. But I was invited to the table read. Well, it was more than a table read. They had like an invited audience. And later I talked with Judd on the phone and he said, well, there is this character of Papa. He's the senior guy in the firehouse. He doesn't, there's not a lot for him, but maybe we could add some stuff. And I said, yes, I'm in, please. So that's how it happened.
It's hard to imagine that role going to anyone else right now, especially with all of your experience as an actual firefighter. So just in general, is there anything about how firefighters are shown in this movie that you don't think we see on screen enough?
Well, I think just who they are as people, we tend to, it's only when they're in the news or where there's a big event, and certainly 9/11, I think people did get to experience more of who they are. But still, you don't get to experience them in their house, like in the firehouse. And that was an important thing for Judd and Pete and the writers to show what it's like when you're not at a fire, to show what it's like, and to show a little bit of your home life. Firefighters, they're people and everything that means. They have issues, they have problems, and yet when the time comes to, perform, they band together and they do it. And I think Judd and Pete really show that in the film in a unique way.
Oh, absolutely. Bringing up Judd, is there anything that you experienced being on one of his sets that you plan to take on to your own sets as a director?
Well, just, Judd, like any good director I've worked with, it's creating an atmosphere on set where people, not only the actors, but everybody can do their best work. And I love that he let us improvise so much. And he has rehearsals, and these things were important to him. And I think it should be important to all directors.
And because I'm a very big fan of tattoos and what they mean to Pete, and in this movie, do you have any tattoos yourself? And if you don't, what would you get and why?
I don't have any tattoos. Somebody asked me this earlier, like if I would allow Pete to tattoo me, what would that be? And I think it would be, something that was fire department related. I think that would be a nice thing. So maybe that'll happen in Pete's basement in Staten Island.
Make sure you share a picture of what the end result looks like. I'm curious now. To wrap here a little off topic, if you had the opportunity to revisit any of your past roles, who would you pick and why?
Boy, that's a tough one. But I like, Seymour from Ghost World. Somebody said that that's coming up on the 20th year anniversary of Ghost World. And I'm curious to see what Seymour is doing.
I would be very into that, but can I put in a personal request for a revisit to Airheads and bringing Rex back?
Yeah, bringing the Lone Rangers back, bringing back the band.
I mean, it does not sound like the worst idea in the world. I would wonder where they're at so many years later.
I love it. Who knows? And any excuse to get back, on set with Adam Sandler. I'm all for.
Oh, I totally don't blame you on that one. Thank you so much for your time today. I really appreciate it. And a huge congratulations on the movie, because I think everything you said, especially about the portions in the firehouse, are very, very true and were very powerful.
Thank you, Perry. I appreciate it.